with disabled siblings, what's the most memorable thing they've ever done? My brother Eli was born with a genetic condition that left him unable to speak and with limited mobility. I was 3 when he came home from the hospital, and by the time I started school, our house had already turned into something like a quiet hospital. Machines hummed, nurses came and went, and everything revolved around keeping him stable. At first, I didn't mind. He was my little brother. I'd read to him, show him my drawings, and pretend his little smiles were his way of saying cool. But as I got older, the quiet sacrifices started piling up. Missed birthday parties, no vacations, no sleepovers. My mom had to quit her job, my dad worked double shifts, and slowly, anything I wanted just didn't matter. In middle school, I wanted to join the robotics club. My dad said no, not because he didn't care, but because those meets are every weekend, and we need you to help your mom with Eli. That was always the reason. We need you. Like I was another piece of medical equipment in the house. By high school, I stopped asking. I stayed late at school just to breathe a little. Some days I'd sit on the edge of the soccer field and pretend I had practice just to delay going home. Then came my junior year. My art teacher, Mr. Jennings, nominated one of my digital pieces for a citywide contest. He said I had real talent, that I should go to the gallery night. I was stunned. It was the first time someone outside our house looked at me and saw something besides the kid with the sick brother. When I told my parents, they smiled politely but didn't really say anything. The night of the gallery, I came downstairs dressed and hopeful and found my mom sobbing in the kitchen. Eli had spiked a fever. Again. My dad was already packing his things to take them to the ER. I just stood there. Nobody said it out loud, but it was obvious. I wasn't going. My mom looked at me and whispered, "We're so proud of you, honey, but you understand, right?" I nodded. I always did. But that night, while I was upstairs silently watching videos of the gallery on my phone, Eli made a noise I hadn't heard in years. A sharp, almost panicked sound. I ran to his room and found him thrashing a bit, his eyes darting between me and the hallway. I called for my mom, but he just kept moving his hand, trying to point at something. It took me a second, but I realized he was pointing to the drawing I'd made of him years ago. A framed sketch of us at the park, when he was still able to move more freely. In the corner, I'd drawn him smiling in the sun, even though I'd never actually seen it. He tapped the frame, then tapped my chest, then made a pushing motion, over and over. He couldn't talk, but I got it. He was telling me to go. He wanted me to stop staying behind for him. I didn't go to the gallery that night, but the next morning I started applying to art schools. I didn't tell my parents for weeks. I waited until I got accepted. When I finally told them, they were quiet. My dad asked who would help with Eli. I said, "I'll still be here when I can, but I need a life too." And for once, Eli looked directly at them and nodded. Just once, clear as day. That changed everything. My parents started hiring more outside help. My dad cut back on shifts. My mom started going for walks again. The house began to breathe. When I left for college, Eli squeezed my hand hard. And for the first time, I didn't cry walking away from home.